Hello world, Stephen Michael Zach here, and today we're taking a look at the Manfrotto Halo compact diffuser. It'll cost this much at the time of the recording of the video. Now I did buy this with my own money, so these are going to be my own brutal and honest opinions as always. So let's take a look at what comes inside the bag. Now first off, you do get this okay nylon bag. It's fair, it's pretty good. They have their little patch here, and you do get a carabiner to kind of clip it onto things, which is no frills. The zipper, not the strongest zipper in the world, so I don't know, but it's decent. Now, when you look inside, you get the diffuser here, and you get the frame. Now, I highly suggest keeping the bag to this frame just to keep it contained. And they do give you a quarter 20 to quarter 20 little adapter piece here. Here, if you can see that. I'm not going to pull that out, but it is stapled inside, which is kind of cool. Now, taking out the tent poles, it is basically a tent pole with some plastic bits here. Let's first see how fast I can set this guy up. So, ready, set, go. We're losing daylight, we're losing daylight. Gotta grab the other end, gotta grab the other end, go, 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 go. Got it, got it, got it. Careful not to scratch myself again. There we go. Whipping this out, making sure all the tent poles are in. And now we start clipping. Ow, my fingers. Is that... Okay. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Almost there. We've lost a considerable amount of daylight now. This is not in properly. Dang it. There we go. This is very tight, which is a plus. And there we go. And stop. So we're about 13 seconds. So roughly 13, 14 seconds. I will say that just got to make sure that this is, you start at the top of the handle here where the Manfrotto label is. Otherwise, you're going to run into a little problem here. Now, let's take a look at quality here. There are a few wrinkles because it is pulled very, 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 very tightly, as you can see on camera. But that should be fine. The rods feel pretty strong. I don't know how long these rods are going to last, when they start, the more they bend, the more they tend to wear out. So there is that. But this is very, 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 very nice diffusion here. So it is doing its job. It seems like it's a full stop of diffusion. So there you go. And I will say that the handle does have a quarter 20. I really like the grip on this, and I will say that it is very, very, very light. Now, let's go ahead and set up our old friend, the pop-up 5-in-1. Okay, with 1460, let's go back, and we're gonna go and get ready and go. And okay, that took us just a little over 11 seconds and we're ready to go. Okay, so pros and con time. Let's talk about the cons first, and that is this bag is not very padded. It is very, very, very thin. The zipper is not the best. I could definitely see the zipper breaking if you're in a hurry. It is very, very, very thin. There is no padding whatsoever. The second negative is the fact that it only comes with diffusion and you have to buy everything separate. When this thing costs $100 and it only comes with diffusion and then you have to add on to that, that's going to be very costly for you in the end. And finally is the setup. It takes a long time to set up. It took a minute and 13 seconds. I did end up hurting myself trying to rush through it. I got scratched by it. There are a lot of sharp corners. And I will say that, again, if I'm putting this in my suitcase, I worry about a piece of gear or a boot or a heavy shoe or a heavy piece of lighting equipment. pressing against this, I am one who overpacks, and I worry about the poles bending. I worry about the longevity of the poles. They feel real good, but time will tell to see how they hold up being bent in that circle and being in a case and being abused. Now, with that said, it is Manfrotto, so I'm expecting nothing but quality here. So hopefully that will not be an issue. The second thing is I like the carabiner. It does fold up nice and small. And again, you're getting the signature Manfrotto diffusion. So you know the diffusion itself is quality. It is not going to fade. It is not going to change the color of your lights that much because they use high grade material. Again, that's what justifies the price tag. But is this thing faster? Is this the best thing? And my answer is absolutely no. I would rather take this and I would rather sandwich this in between a couple of shirts or a couple of pants. The outer shell is soft enough to protect the hard plastic shell, so I know it's not going to break. These are also much cheaper. I can take 2 of these and they take up no space in my suitcase because they'll just be folded into a shirt or a jacket. Whereas this, I have to kind of find a place to cram it into and just find the right space to cram it and then put things on top of it. So really wish this had more padding and it came with not just diffusion, but maybe negative fill and a bounce. The inclusion of that would have made it worth the $100, but I think with just the diffusion, it's just not worth the $100. For me, that is, especially when I have tons of these that I can easily pop up. Now, with that said, am I going to keep this? And that's a definite yes, because I can definitely throw this into my interview kit with my June G300s. I could throw this in with my Pavo Slims, and I can double diffuse. And this is lightweight enough. I could stick this on a small boom arm. I could set this up fairly fast. Usually when I'm using my Pavo stuff, I'm on set for the day. So if you leave these set up in your studio or you leave them set up on a set, you're going to be there for a couple of days or a couple hours. I would definitely say this is okay. It gets nice and large. It folds up nice and small, which is great. But if you are running and gunning, if it is a time thing, do not use this. You're going to want to get one of these. These are going to be much faster. There's no way this sets up faster. It may be better quality, but there's no way, if you need to be out in a half an hour, 45 minutes, that you're going to want to grab this. You're going to want to grab that. So that's it. Those are my thoughts, but I want to know yours. So leave your questions and comments in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to mash that bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below as it helps out the channel. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is New to Me.